Welcome back. Welcome back. This is the behind the scenes of Obsidian. We are the Super Six. Six people operate in Obsidian Power Production on the impactful. We are an impactful nonprofit that specializes in building a stronger foundational structure in today's youth. We got Brenda, Irv, and Anthony, and also me, Amanda.
What's up, guys?
Yo.
Yep. Today's topic, we got the good, the bad, the ugly. Do you feel the consequences / accountability of police officers is enough to pay for the lives lost? No, not at all.
I mean, you can't bring them back, but I think they still should have some kind of consequence, not just a charge, not just a loss of job. I feel like they should definitely do the same time as if a regular layman a regular citizen would get if they did the same charges. And I think that's the frustration of everybody, because they feel like they do all these things, and because of their job title, they get away with it, which is I guess that's the most frustrating part about it.
Anthony, any thoughts?
Yeah, a bunch of thoughts on, but just to stick to what you asked. I mean, no, it's not enough. Because either they get arrested or not, it doesn't matter, because the system that created the behavior still lives. So it really honestly doesn't matter at the end of the day. To some, I'm sure it does, but for me, it's a revolving door. So indicted, acquitted, don't matter. For me personally, it's not going to stop the problem that created the situation to begin with. So, I mean, if it does, I mean, that's not a bad thing, but I'm not applauding if you go to jail for life, because you got 1,000 more behind them that's going to do the same thing over the next several years. So that's my opinion.
You think it's the training?
I'm sorry?
You think it's the training?
No, they're trained effectively to do what they're supposed to do. It's just the mindset that's behind the culture of policing in America. Like, that's the problem. Like, I think they train them effectively to be effective, but the policing culture in the country is just the shits. And I mean, that's the problem. It's not the training. It's the culture behind the policing system. It's trash.
So the whole culture needs to change.
I mean, the biggest problem, in my opinion, with policing in America is, like, they attempt to emulate a military force. That's why they call themselves lieutenants and saluting. A military is to stable a country or in war or conflict. That's not the situation in America. Like, you're a police force, you actually work for us as a government agency, but it seems the other way around, and they walk around as if they're, like, in a hostile country trying to stabilize it, and they act accordingly. They intimidate. It's the culture. It's not the training. It's the culture. They train them by the book, but that secret agenda behind everything is the problem. And so,
but you say by the book, the activities that have been going on lately, is that stuff that's done by the book? I think that's where there's a thin line. Like,
no, you're right. So
that's not by the book.
They're right. In Minnesota, I believe that it is trained for them to do that. Like, that's not something out of the norm to do. However, the culture of the policing makes it overly aggressive. You know what I mean? Like, in the case with Eric Gardner, I believe the chokehold in New York was illegal. You know what I mean? I believe. I may be incorrect about that.
I believe you're right.
Right, but again, you could be trained to be the best police officer, but if that culture of policing, it would supersede that quickly, and we're seeing that happen, case by case, and it's just getting fucking exhausting, honestly. And
for real,
it's like, I know I'm getting away from the initial question, but it's getting exhausting because it keeps. What's more exhausting is us. That's what's more exhausting, because what they do is we're like rabbits, so to speak. And I'm speaking bluntly, and I apologize if I offend anybody, but they feed us carrots of injustice every so often, and we eat it up till we get full. And then when we're full, when the indictment come or when it's not happening anymore, we lay our ass down or right back in our cage, waiting to be fed again some injustice to rally. Like these events are not changing us at all. It happens, we get pissed, then we go to sleep. And that's why it keep happening, because we don't fix our house as a community. Our house is in total disarray. That's why they can keep doing this. They can pull our emotions whenever they want to. They give us that carry, and we respond every single time. We do this hoorah hoorah. We go on social media and be this temporary activist. But boy, when they lull us to sleep, we go right to sleep until we wait for the next hashtag. Say my name, or hands up, don't shoot. I can't breathe. Like we're literally just responding to things instead of being proactive, fix our house. So these things, in my opinion, wouldn't happen so rapidly if we stood for something and we don't just temporarily get pissed, eat our carrot, and then go to sleep. I know that wasn't your question, but damn, that's what I had to say about it. Sorry.
I mean, it's still valid. It's still
It is.
surrounding that topic, and that's all I ask.
It's annoying. It's just hell of annoying.
Yeah. Do you feel there should be like stricter accountability within the task? I mean, within the police force, by any chance?
Brenda, you want to take this one? I can't hear you, Vet. What you say?
I don't.
They don't. I was. I'm sorry. One second. You can get my charger.
I don't think there is any accountability. I think that's why it keeps happening over and over, because they feel like if I do this, ain't nothing gonna happen. I'm just gonna be a slap on the wrist. I mean, they say the most recent one with George Floyd, the person that I don't even want to say his name. I don't think it's really relevant. That this isn't his first murder. Like he's killed somebody else while being on the police force, and he's continued to work. So I mean, just you say accountability. I don't think there was no accountability, because if there was, this wouldn't be an ongoing thing.
I don't like my attitude today, so again, I apologize.
Nah, but that's understandable.
We can only have
one.
Yeah.
You
That's
got
definitely
it.
understandable.
But I mean, so what? Right? So what? He go to jail. So what? In the grand scheme of things, so what? For his family, I'm sure that matters. But really, who cares? The system that created his behavior is fully free to do what they want to do at any whim.
Yeah, but at the same time,
But
it might restrict somebody going forward to be like, all right, somebody they got some accountability. They got to do some time. It didn't happen before, so now the next time the person might be like, you know what, I might not go as far as that person did, just because I don't want to do no time, because that's what can happen.
I mean, did you see that guy's face? He gave.
Nah,
he didn't care, and
He didn't
because he felt
care.
like he's gonna get out.
But that's what I'm saying. Like we.
I mean, I'm saying it could be a good
No,
time.
I'm just trying not to like take it to a certain level, but it's like,
go ahead. Handle it.
like I really feel like these things are strategic. Like these are strategic things that happen, and there's some force. I'm not even going to say what that force is. Some people may call it the government, the man, the powers to be, the 1%. Who cares? These things are done strategically. Looking at that man's face, he didn't even consider any other solution.
It was not emotion. It was like he went there for that reason, that day to do that, and that was that. Like
they have body cameras on. Like these guys are not idiots. This guy was a seasoned police officer. You know what I'm saying? And every other police officer that spoke out against it was like, yo, like even if you're not applying that much pressure on his neck, hearing everybody scream in your face, he can't breathe, and you not even check on him once? Come on. Like, you're not an idiot. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like these things are done strategically to rile us up, get us up in arms, get us pissed, and it works absolutely. It works every single time, and we fall for it every single time. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we rally, get our emotions in it, but the pissed off part about it, we just go right back. We go right back to shaking our asses, TikToks and Instagrams and memes. And I understand that we have to live a life, but at the same time, if you really feel like you are oppressed, you will do something major to become unoppressed. You know what I'm trying to goddamn say. So again, I guess to answer the question, I guess it's irrelevant. Let's keep this up. It's another one. It has like I think a green tip on the thing. Sorry,
That's a mouthful. Definitely said a mouthful right there.
again, yeah, I have a
Mm-hmm.
really like terrible attitude today, so I'm not in the greatest mood. So
No apologies, no apologies. Do you feel that some people take advantage of horrific moments to make a profit versus then to use their talents to fund the cause? Is that justified?
Repeat it one more time, and just Anthony laptop died, so he's gonna grab a charger and he's gonna hop back on.
Okay, cool. My question is, do you feel like some people take advantage of horrific moments to make a profit versus then to use their talents to fund the cause? Is that justified?
They absolutely do, and I say no, it's not justified, but everybody has their own cup of tea. They feel like if the situation involves them and they feel strongly about it, why not, in the process of taking that L, make something work for them? But then you don't really give a fuck about the situation. If in hindsight you care about your pockets or your business or your brand or your followers or people following your page on this time of need, because that's not what we're here for. So it's not justified, and it's a dick move. But people do it like with no emotion, and it's almost like a very selfish mindset. Like, oh, let's use this time, or like someone watering your pain and your sorrow to make themselves look good or stand up a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
It's not cool.
Well, can
Irv,
you
any
give me an
thoughts?
example? Yeah, can you give me an example of what you mean? Like, because I want to make sure I'm understanding. I mean, I heard the question. I just want to make sure I understood. Like, how are they
So,
profiting from?
I'll give an example from a past experience. Well, not from me, but on social media. So Nipsey Hussle died, and people started when they had like a celebration of his death. People were starting to like sell shirts with his name on it and his face on it, just to gain a profit,
Okay, yeah.
not really contributing to the family per se.
Okay. I did see those things. Okay, I see what you mean. Like the I Can't Breathe hoodies and shirts and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. That's going for sale right now. Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I get it, but I guess at the same time, people gonna make profit out of anything. I mean, even when Trump was elected, I remember people that weren't Trump supporters selling Trump shirts because they knew people would buy it. So I mean,
True.
this country is all about money. I don't think it's not thing of integrity. It's just, hey, I'm just trying to make that dollar while I can because it's
Mm-hmm.
not guaranteed. So and even with Kobe, I think I can't remember if it was a Nike said they weren't selling his stuff because they knew it would be something where people would jack up prices, like just buy it and then hope to sell it,
Mm-hmm.
sell it later. I mean, that's this country. That's what people do. I don't agree with it, but that's the thing that happens. So I've definitely seen it though. I've definitely seen
Yeah.
all the I Can't Breathe. I've definitely seen R.I.P. George Floyd. I mean, I've definitely seen all these shirts, and I see it sponsored on like the Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it sponsored on different platforms. So I guess there's definitely a market for it for those who want it. And I guess if you want to support, like how else do you support if you don't have, or not say there's other ways to support, but I guess that people are looking at it as how else can I support if I don't buy this or if I don't buy that? How can I go out there and protest without a shirt? Like that's where I get those things from. What up? What up, El Green?
Hey, Green.
Mr. Green.
He's still connecting and so.
Sorry about that, y'all. My bad.
All right, welcome back, AB.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hey.
You gotta speak up, Anthony. There's a little echo on your end. Yeah.
How about now? Oh, sorry.
You sound good.
Oh, I
Yeah,
guess.
like my laptop died right when I said I'm in a bad mood. So it seemed like I hung up, but I didn't hang up.
Yeah, it definitely came like I was like, damn, he hung up for real. Like, he's I ain't done
No.
That part. So, to catch you up to speed, I was asking a question with the group. Do you feel like some people take advantage of horrific moments to make a profit versus then to use their talents to fund the cause? Is it justified?
No, of course that happens on Instagram. And as an artist myself, and Amanda, you're an artist, you kind of see what happened, and you can kind of tell genuine art from that clout chasing art. But yeah, I see it all the time. I was on TikTok and I saw this guy was like, "Oh, if you guys like this video, I'll go and inside of Target and show y'all what's going on inside." Like, I'm like, that's weird. Like, that's a weird thing to try to do, and people responded, and that's the most alarming part. But yeah, it's human nature to seem aware. It's human nature to want to appear to be something you're not, or to take advantage of a situation to make yourself look better. Because especially in a society where literally, our currency is how many followers we have, and so people would do strange things to get that attention. So, yeah,
I do strange things for a piece of change.
for a piece of change, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So.
I also wanted to do a moment of silence to honor those lives lost as well. It's only like 60 seconds, but I feel like it goes longer than that because there's numerous amount of people who lives are lost because of this, and some of them are covered on the news and others not so much on the news, or they don't even make it whatsoever. I just want to do at least 60 seconds moment of silence. Let me get my timer ready. And well, thank you for being with me in this discussion about what's going on in the world. On to other things.
Yeah, I got a question for you, Amanda.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's for everybody with kids, real quick though. But like, you did send me that video this morning about parenting in 2020, and like that definitely, like I had to, like, I'm not a crier, but it definitely had me like my eyes watering. Like I want to ask the ones with kids, like, how do you deal with this? Because I know me growing up, even now I'm almost 40 years old. Don't tell nobody. And My mom still come to me and she's like, "Yo, you need to cut your hair because they gonna profile you. They gonna look at you different." And I'm like, I don't think my hair is the least of my or their worries. I think it's my skin color that is
Mhm.
what brings them fear. So my thing
It's
is,
both.
what do we tell our kids going forward? Like, how do you deal with police? Like, what? I mean, do y'all have any suggestions? Because I definitely could use some suggestions at this moment.
I mean, I got two kids. They're really underage. My daughter's 13, but you know, we talk about these situations, and she's aware of them. But I don't tell her to tiptoe any differently. I don't tell her to do some kind of special thing um, because we shouldn't have to. And I feel like it's not a way to live. In the state of fear, to create these special parameters to behave around a certain person because you're black. Welcome. So that's just how I see it. Maybe something will change later with me with that, but even myself, I don't behave any differently. They pull me over, I do my basic standard thing. But yeah, so no, I don't do anything unique or special.
I mean, you got any suggestions or anything that you would say would be beneficial to start telling our kids now, even though you say your kids aren't of age now? You think it's like starting the groundwork so when they get older they know how to deal with it?
Um,
Or is it still too
uh,
early for you? Like, cause you say you got younger kids. Like I said, I got
I
a
mean,
9
I
and
mean,
11
just
year old. So
I just feel like when you got the kids and I mean when the police pull you over, I mean just if it's a standard thing, if you know you were speeding or whatever cases, I mean there is a way to do this. License registration, that's just what it is. It's not unique. Hand it over, but you know, um, just the suggested things people are saying to do when police pull you over, like all these things they say to do, put your hand here, like doing a hokey pokey. Like, no, I just do the standard thing. So I
yeah,
really,
even
I'm the
that,
wrong person
even
to ask
doing
this. Huh?
nah, cause even doing the standard, you still end up not making it home just because they felt like the day wasn't your day to go home.
You can
Well,
do everything they tell you to do and still not make it
that's that's
home.
that's what I'm saying. So I can do
Yeah,
the
that's
hokey
the
pokey and
frustrating
turn
part.
around and still get shot in the back. So
Yeah.
You can lay down with your hands out flat on the ground and still get shot. So
yeah, maybe I don't know. I'm the wrong person to ask this question to, but you know,
No. I think we all, like I say, we all have our emotions right now because it's definitely fresh. It's definitely
I
fresh and
mean
it's been
I
going on
wouldn't
for a
say
long time.
right. I wouldn't suggest cop pull you over. Oh, fuck you. Da, da, da. I wouldn't
Oh
suggest
no.
that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
But
definitely
that's
not.
basic commonalities. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
I mean courtesies. So yeah, I
I
don't know.
got you. I just was curious if y'all had any suggestions.
I don't know. The video that you're referring to was with the fathers and the mothers talking to their child about when they encounter police. My thing is like I would say to if I had a child, I would say, oh, um, the person who loses, it's like a battle when it comes to dealing with the police. The person who loses their cool will get basically shot. So you win the battle by staying calm and staying collected. And another thing I would also say is making sure that your hands are visible. Know that the cop is in fear um, most of the time, and that you would be in control if you, I wouldn't say stay silent, but I guess clearly and calmly maneuver the situation.
I mean,
I
I
guess
think
that's all I have.
that's the ideal situation. But how can you stay calm if they're not being calm? I feel like that's where you get kind of irrational because you're like, I want to stay calm, but then they're acting crazy. Now you're like on your toes, you're on your P's and Q's. You're not acting like how you normally would because now they're not acting in the way that you
Hmm.
expect them to be. So I mean, like I say, I don't know. I'm still, that's something I have to figure out myself as well. So I just, when I saw that video that you sent, I thought it was definitely eye opening and powerful, because it's like to see the kids that have no record, like no understanding of why people are upset with them just because of the color of their skin. Like that's where how do you talk to your kids about that right now? So
Yeah, Amanda, I know you finna switch the gears here, but before you do, let's just speak about one more thing that
Yeah,
grinds
of
my gears,
course.
and I swear I'm gonna leave this whole thing alone for right now. Uh, 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 I was just, reading some posts from some people. I want to speak to those people who's like, who have the point of view of rioting and looting is not going to solve the problem. That's a pretty obvious statement. However, it's funny how the emphasis on the cause is more than the emphasis on the effect.
Hmm.
exactly.
The rioting is a cause to something that happened, and this whole this ain't gonna help tearing up businesses. You try to tell me you're more concerned about a business who have insurances to replace these things more than a black man who don't have an insurance to get another life. That's more spoken about now is the looting and rioting. It's all you see on the news. And the mayor of Atlanta, which I do like her a lot, Mayor Bottoms. But this whole thing, and like even Killer Mike, I like Killer Mike too. But his whole thing is like, oh y'all stop that. Like, no, this is the effect of something. It's not George Floyd, people. Like we got to stop pretending like this is just George Floyd. This is a hundred years old issue with policing in America. He just so happened to be the latest. So that's why it's like, George Floyd, but it's not about him. So people are not tearing up stuff because
George Floyd.
Oh, Floyd, right. Sorry if I said it incorrectly. It's not just because of him. It's because it's the system that's been created over hundreds of years is still the problem. So you're concerned about Target, a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Everything's insured. People relax. Now, is this ideal? No. Do we want this to happen? No. Nobody wants to be doing this, right? But it's a cause to an effect. So don't just talk about the effect. Talk about the cause, which led to the effect. So miss me with this, the cause is being lost because of looting. It's not about George Floyd. It's not all about him. It's about hundreds of years. Have y'all noticed since Trayvon Martin happened, what, 8, 9 years ago, however that was, whatever that was. Have y'all noticed it's on a repeated cycle? It's literally every 3 to 4 months. It's something else. Right now, we got George Floyd, we got Breonna Taylor, we got the Arbery guy, I forget his last name. We got this other character, I forget his name, who was driving in the car, he was fleeing, whatever. We got all these things to deal with. Then on top of that, we got poverty. You know what I'm saying? We got lack of education.
I'm glad you said that though.
But you worried about Target though. You worried about Target. You worried about
no. But hold on. What you just said about poverty, when you're talking about the, what you said, I agree with 90%. But the part that I disagree with was them turning or burning down or tearing up the stuff, but like our community stuff. Like, come on, like, all right, you're upset, but you're only hurting yourself. You hurting our community stuff like that. Aren't we supposed to be together, working with this together? Like Target, I don't really care about the Target. Like those multi-billion-dollar companies, I don't care about. Like, but if you in our community, you turn up our stuff, that affects us. Like that's not like, come on, like target your anger in the right places. Not just not just going aimlessly and just harming everybody and it's in your path.
Right.
That was my understanding. My disagreement with what you said.
No, for sure. And I definitely get that point and I understand. But this is my point of view. Is if a group of people feel like they're being oppressed, right? Why do we assume the way they get unoppressed will look pretty? It's not. remember,
Yeah, but
we're,
why tear down your own people though?
because people are irrational right now and upset. And
Yeah.
yeah, so you're absolutely correct. Like that's not a good thing. I mean, at the end, that's not going to be beneficial. However, it's raw emotion.
Gotcha.
Raw
I'm with you on
emotion
that.
cannot be tailored. You know what I'm saying? Like now, of course, you got your knuckleheads who just doing this just to take advantage of opportunity. But if you saying that you're being oppressed, it's just like you saying I'm being drowned. You would do whatever it takes to get liberated.
What is looting getting you from drowning?
It's the voice of the frustrated. Looting and
But you know
rioting,
it's one thing though.
looting and
You know it's
rioting has
one
been
thing
going
though.
on for hundreds of years. It's like if you're saying you're being oppressed,
Yeah,
like
but it ain't all black people that's looting too now.
not for
They
sure.
only putting out that it's black people. It's a lot of
Right.
non-black
If you go
people
look at
out
these
there
videos,
looting.
it's about 70% white people. Let's
Yeah,
just be real. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I
That's
need
a
to
whole
cut
nother
you guys off. We're gonna have to have a part 2 to it, to this conversation because it's definitely important. I just wanted to let you know that we have like a few seconds left.
So yeah,
Okay,
let's just log off now and just come back on. So we don't
Yeah,
get
yeah,
so,
yeah.
So I'm gonna log off and come back on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, them
See you in
boys
part
now.
2.